this New Zealand training squad as well.
Goal strike, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Gary, he looks great, this young guy. He had an excellent year in the States, and he's back. He's rearing to go, as we saw in his game of a few weeks back against the Larry Miller side. He just mowed them through with the emerging players. Now, here he is now. He's probably, oh, beautiful strikeout.
Fred White facing Schultz. 2 outs. Ball
Good
inside.
steal.
The steal's on. He's there.
Steals. Oh, I thought he went under.
I thought he was there myself, but nevertheless, umpire McLaren was Johnny on the spot. It brings the New Zealand effort to an end with a fine throw. It must have been from catcher Steve Zedeker. Let's have another look at it with Zedeker grabbing the ball from the inside territory and unwinds the throw. It looked to me as though he might have been there. What did you think, Marshall?
I think he was safe. However, the ump was in back, so he wouldn't have seen the leg go underneath.
Swings around now to a northwesterly again from a northeasterly that we had a few minutes ago, so plenty of whirlwind type activities here at the ballpark. Ball high and inside, ball 1. 2 outs in this American effort for their third turn at bat. Foul again, looking pretty good in the batter's box is Dan Nessler, who struck out when he was last at bat. Well, that was a striker, right? Now Nessler was heading off towards first base.
I think it was a little outside, and I know he was sure it was outside, but anyway.
We'll take another look at it and see how good it was, because I think it was right in the slot.
Oh, I think it went outside. Yeah. Well, maybe over the outside corner, right?
Right. Meanwhile, Seaman throws another pitch to move the ball to ball 2, strike 2.
Actually, we've got to say, with this batter here, oh, good line shot. That's another good hit to right field. Actually, what is a difference here is that this team, unlike the last side, really has big batters. Even as we see an example here, left-hander, but once again, lots of meat in back of the ball. This side here is like Bull Stud Day at Addington.
Grant Thompson up to bat, number 9 batter for this New Zealand team.
That'll be tough. Hey, interference! Hey, now, wait a minute. That has to be an interference call. Now, England is the sort of umpire who has been around the game for a long time. He knows enough to ask the other umps. That was a really foolish play on behalf of the Americans there, because the first baseman somehow or other got crossed up here and ends up actually blocking the base.
Giving him safe.
Had to be. Right, vital time now for New Zealand. Oh, there's a hit. It's hit. Oh, well gloved. Good backhand stop at second base. That's class stuff. That thing was hit a rocket shot, backhanded well and out at 2.
One out in the top half of the 6th innings. Dan Nessler is the batter. Oh, nice attempted bunt, and away very quickly was Dan Nessler. Foul ball.
Actually, Gary, that's good, because this is exactly what we should have, a few of these sort of characters. Watch how fast he's out of the blocks here. Runs forward, hits it down, and straight away. Look how far he is down on that.
He's got the legs all right, has Dan Nessler. Still 1 out. Tries it again and fails.
Actually, speaking about that, the guy who isn't here at the moment is Kerr, the young Hutt Valley player, and it's a shame that he hasn't had a good year, because he was a young man who could do that with ease, actually, but he just hasn't had a good season. It's a shame.
Struck him out.
The one thing I can see is that we've got some great games here on Sunday, because New Zealand will have to come back firing. There's a high fly ball, but it'll be caught. Second base going. Oh, well, look what I found in my hand, mother dear. What a sloppy bit of fielding that was. He must have lost it in the sun and just kind of threw out a hand. And we certainly saw what he got for the next 3 Christmases and a couple of birthdays. Watch this. I think he loses it in the sun. He's under it, loses it, and then suddenly sort of spots it. Whoop! Hey, look at that.
The 1-0 score belongs to Penn Corp, a grand team well led from the pitching mound by Steve Schultz. They have won by 1-0. The congratulations being exchanged out in the middle of the diamond, but 2 losses to New Zealand in this afternoon of softball.
So Nichols safe on first base. Stringer has scored the run to give them a 3-run lead. Oh, what a great hit. There's a fine hit off the bat of Dave Workman. They bobble it in the infield. A bit of drama on the bases here. They'll be watching Nichols at home to make sure they don't allow him to score. But not good running by Dave Workman, who really got caught in the hot spot. They got him in the rundown, as they call it. So Workman is out. Let's have another look. He does it nicely with the bat to advance the runner to second, and there you see him going to third as the ball is bobbled. But now the action starts in the infield. It is worked from left outfield by Bob Blakely, and now the rundown is Workman, and there he is tagged out. Meanwhile, they've made sure that Nichols doesn't go home as well. So 2 out. Now, you don't think that Robertson is an absolute certainty for this tour, Marshall? Let's get into a little argument on this one. I'd say go home now and start reading brochures about Canada.
Oh, yeah, I'd say he's very close, but then how would you feel if all of a sudden they made some decision that said that Meredith could go, or Schultz?
That will not happen. Dan Nessler goes for the bunt.
In fact, Gary, let's hear your 4 at the moment.
My 4 pitches would be Chub Tangaroa, Graham Robertson. Ooh, that's a bad one. Chub Tangaroa, Graham Robertson, Steve Jackson, and Michael White. Let's shut him up. Dan Nessler at bat. You change it. You change that pitching order for me then.
Well, here's a hit. That's clean and neat. Right into right field. Up with it is Thompson. Safe on 1. The Americans are not going to lay down. Here we see nice line shot, line drive. That's the way we used to hit the ball. Line shot right into right field.
Randy Burnside is the batter for Penn Corp. Oh, that's a bad pitch from Graham Robertson. He won't be happy with that. Sorensen chases it back to the net, but there's no way that Dan Nessler wasn't going to get to second base. There is man.
Oh, and an error. Why didn't Graham Thompson throw it? He's a little bit conservative out there in right field. He should have made the throw to 1. Anyway, let's see this bunt. It's dropped down beautifully with a dead bat. Great bunt. No hope of getting him. There is Workman with a rugby pass into right field. And this is where we went a little conservative. He should have thrown that ball. Oh. Oh no! How silly! Oh.
Hit the ball, net center, boys.
Looks out for one hopper, fracture the wall, 2 down.
And it'll bring up Danny Nessler.
Next batter, second baseman Dan Nessler.
Danny so far in the tournament had himself a pretty good tournament so far. He's got a hit in each ball game. 4 for 11, he's scored a run. And against Chubb Tangaroa, 1 for 10. He has scored a run. Left-handed batter. And the pitch. Up. 1 ball and no strikes. Marty Kernigan on deck. Outfield played Nessler pretty deep for some reason. Dudley Tundra, the ball being used, and it will carry like the ball last night. And the pitch. Swing and a miss at a rise ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here, top of the first inning. Elmer Evil along with Kirk Coughlin. Got cast of thousands back at Sioux City. Hang on to your hats, folks. This ought to be a dandy. 1 or 2 runs can go a long ways in this game. Tangaroa comes set on the right side of his waist. Now the pitch. Runs back to bunt. Takes it. Oh, my. That was a pretty good pitch. But it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Nessler. Roger, the catcher, now just walks to left the home plate, says something to the umpire. A lot of hot dog in his voice in Ganella Brothers. Jeff Tangaroa set. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a rise ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Young Kurtz punching down third. Rich Larson over at first base. As they have been the entire tournament. A crowd of about 3,500 to 4,000 people here. Remember, the world comes to Sioux City in 1991. The world tournament will be back. The 2 pitch. Swing and a miss at rise ball. Danny Nessler, second strike, and the pitch. Bouncing ball, Rubley over to get it. He'll have to flip the Nessler. He gets there in time. Trent Rubley went wide at first base that time to get a ball. Again, leans back, and the 2-0 pitch. High chop for shortstop. Carrion goes to second. In time to get the ball. He tried to tag the Fazio, couldn't reach him. Apparently now they're asking if the Fazio went out of the baseline. I don't think it's a hit or a squeeze on. And the pitch. He bunts it right up front of the plate. DeFazio fields it. Dodge, a heads up play by Brad Dodge. He pops it back to third on the play. As I think maybe a mental mistake there, Kurt. Give me that short. Again, leans way back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Burnside knocks it to the right. Throws the first in time, though. Nice job by Randy Burnside. Again, Kirk Alvin. Randy walking Buddy Penco. He had 2 hits. And the pitch. Runs up. Takes it in there for a strike call. Neil Kurtz going through a series of swings. What's up, Kirk Alvin? It's been around the plate most of the ball game early. We had 5 strikeouts the first 2 innings. Didn't have any of the next couple. Nessler normally makes pretty good contact. And the pitch, a little player. Right where the shortstop was. Boyer goes for third, and Kirk Alvin hit the run out of his behind. Johnny hitting about 360 for his last 40 games. Really swinging about well. And the pitch. From home to the pitcher's mound is on the first base of the side of that line when he fielded it. Here's Danny Nessler. And Danny on a beautiful hit and run single was last time up here right where the shortstop was as the shortstop went to second to cover the bag. Danny's first base hit that off Chubb Tangaroa. And the first pitch is in there, strike ball. Marty Kernigan on deck. Indoor with only 4 hits in the game, 3 runs, 4 hits. They've had 1 error. No runs, 2 hits in there on Ganella Brothers. And the pitch. High chopper over the mound. Second baseman over fielder. Shows you not easy.